Welcome to the Flip and Castle podcast.
Hey everyone, ready to dive into something fascinating today. We're talking all about posture, but not just the shoulders back, stomach in kind of thing.
Right.
We're going deeper, looking at the research on how posture affects, well, pretty much everything. Your health, your confidence, even how it shows up in cultures around the world.
It's true. You know, when I saw the research you pulled together for this, I was really struck by it's not just about how we look, is it? There are some serious connections to how we feel, how our bodies function.
I know, I was geeking out reading this stuff. Okay, so to kick us off, can you believe some of these claims? Like better posture equals better breathing, better digestion, even more energy.
It almost sounds too good to be true, doesn't it?
Right.
But it all comes down to alignment. See, when we slouch, when our posture's off, we're actually kind of squishing our insides.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense.
It's like your organs are all crammed up, not able to work as efficiently. Your diaphragm, which is so key for deep breathing, it can't fully expand if your chest is caved in. And then you're not getting enough oxygen, which can lead to fatigue, brain fog. And it's not just the lungs. Digestion can get sluggish too when everything's compressed.
So basically all that slumping over our desks is like a recipe for a mid-afternoon energy crash.
Exactly.
It makes you want to sit up straight just thinking about it.
Yep.
But okay, it can't just be about feeling good on the inside, right? There's this whole idea that posture affects confidence too. Like if you fake it till you make it with good posture, does that actually work?
It actually can. You know, it's funny how often those old sayings have some science behind them.
You mean like an actual mind-body connection?
Totally. Researchers call them power poses. You know, standing or sitting in a way that looks confident, even if you don't feel it yet. And they found that even holding these poses for a short time can cause some interesting changes.
It's just like...
For one, your hormone levels can shift. You get a boost in testosterone, which is linked to feeling more confident and assertive. And at the same time, your cortisol, that's the stress hormone, it actually goes down.
Wow. So it's like our bodies are primed to respond to these poses, even if our brains haven't quite caught up.
It seems that way. And this connection between posture and how we're perceived goes way back. Think about animals. They puff themselves up, stand tall, try to look bigger to show dominance, attract a mate. It's instinctual, a signal to others.
So maybe we're not so different after all. But speaking of those signals, you know what really caught my eye in the research? Some of those cultural examples, like models practicing with books balanced on their heads. Or cultures where carrying baskets that way is just everyday life. Is that really about posture or just tradition?
I think it's both. You know, those traditions probably developed for practical reasons, right?
Yeah, makes sense.
Free hands, balance, all that. But the side effect is they're building amazing postural muscles without even thinking about it.
Like a workout disguised as daily life.
Exactly. Imagine the core strength you need to carry a heavy load on your head, keeping everything balanced.
Right.
It's not so different from, say, holding a yoga pose. You're training those muscles over time. And these traditions have been passing down that wisdom for generations.
It kind of makes you wonder, though. Here we are in the modern world, all our technology. Shouldn't we have amazing posture?
You'd think so, wouldn't you? But if anything, we've got more back problems than ever. We spend so much time hunched over our desks in front of screens.
Totally. It's like all that slouching catches up to you. So before we ditch our laptops and take up basket weaving, any advice for people listening? How do we actually improve our posture, especially with how we live now?
Well, the good news is you don't need a complete life overhaul. It's more about small changes, but doing them consistently. First thing is awareness. Honestly, most of us are slouching without even realizing it.
True.
So maybe set reminders throughout the day. Just check in with your body. Are your shoulders hunched? Is your chin poking forward? Once you start noticing it, you can correct it.
Like a posture alarm? I love that. What else?
When you're standing, imagine a string pulling you up from the top of your head. Might sound weird,
A little.
but it helps you stand up straighter, engage your core. And then think about your workspace. Make sure your computer screen is at eye level so you're not always looking down.
It's about making those little adjustments all day long.
Exactly. It's not about being perfect. It's about being mindful of how you hold yourself.
This has been so eye-opening. I had no idea how much posture affects us.
It's amazing, isn't it? How connected our bodies and minds really are.
For sure. Well, a huge thank you for joining us today. This was fascinating.
My pleasure.
And to everyone listening, remember, good posture, it's not just about appearances. It's about unlocking your full potential, feeling better, moving better, even thinking more clearly. So until next time, stay curious and stand tall.